this is Andrew. I voice Inigo on the Madness table. Before we get to the madness today, I wanted to shout out Balakori and Fredward. Thank you for your support. It means the world to us. And now, on with the show.
Last we met in this wonderful hellhole, you guys had just gotten over a fight with some oddly raised skeletons and shadows, and after that harrowing experience, you had an extremely odd occurrence in which Lara had backed into a crystal, and all of a sudden the floor had fallen out from beneath her feet. As you guys got Lara up, you saw that there was this massive skeleton of some kind of lizard creature. We're able to find that this was an egg mound, a nest, and one of them remained intact, and one awakened to Lara's touch, and it has now kind of bonded to her. This very odd kind of Bahir-like creature, as far as you could identify Indigo. You guys decided to rest because you were down some strength, down a bit of hit points, and you had leveled up, and some of you needed to have a rest to kind of gain access to those abilities, so you did so. During Sephel's little rest, he had a dream, and in this dream, his arcane eldritch knowledge coming back to him almost tenfold. Something that he had not experienced before. And in doing so was able to comprehend and then not comprehend everything that he had seen in this trance-like state, and woke up paralyzed with the maddening scenes and visions and knowledge that he had simultaneously learned and unlearned from who knows where. And in that time period, he was able to kind of see his surroundings, and he saw Lupido creep up to Sarith, who was taking watch, and brutally murder him, stabbing him in the chest multiple times, cutting his throat, then licking the blood from the blade before noticing Sephel paralyzed watching him, where he then came over and proceeded to threaten Sephel, proclaiming himself to be a god, and that he was going to be leaving, but with a thank you for the escape from the prison and not to keep him waiting. And then he had ventured off and exited through those doors. Sephel, we find you minutes later, finally able to pull yourself out of your paralyzed state. You have a small, weeping wound on your chest from the dagger. A brutally murdered Sarith on the floor 15 feet away from you, and your friends still soundly asleep. What do you want to do?
Wow. Yeah, that was a lot of stuff that was totally expected and not terrifying at all. Everybody else is asleep right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Another odd thing you notice as you're kind of able to move yourself again from the crippling visions that you saw that just straight up terrified you is that there is a white hazy glow around you, and as you look to your left, you see the crystal that you're kind of sitting near is actually glowing with kind of a white energy now, instead of a red like some of the other crystals in the room. So there's
Sephel notes that. Yeah, the crystals were a point of interest to him, and he did make a note when he originally saw arcane energy coming off of them. He is still interested in that and still intends to act upon it, but that is not the priority at the moment. This situation is interesting. I literally spent all week trying to figure out what Sephel's reaction to this would be. Everybody else is asleep. Bupito is gone. Sarith is literally maimed on the cave floor. Sephel is going to ponder the possibilities of what this development currently means and what it may affect. He is going to read up on a spell really quick.
Wow. My gosh. How exciting. Do you guys think this is amazing radio or what?
Well, the beauty of radio is that it can be edited. Okay. I am going... Okay, well, here's an important question that's going to determine if I can do this. Did I... With everything I went through, I don't remember if I got enough, like, sound rest to be considered a long rest. I only need 4 hours, and it doesn't necessarily mean sleep. It just has to be like a trance-like meditation, but during that time, all of that knowledge came back. I went through essentially crazed, mad sleep paralysis. And then watched a murder. So my question is, would I have gotten the benefits of a long rest?
You would have the rest in terms of like having your spells and stuff like that. Some of your new spells came from memories and these visions that you recalled, as only a couple of them were in your book, so you would have to kind of scribe them down to like capture them to be able to use them, but otherwise you're good to go.
Okay. In that case, I will take my benefits back. I am going to waste a first level spell before anyone has ever woken up, and I am going to cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
I'm going to summon this servant, which will be here for an hour.
Okay.
I will have to remain within 60 feet of it. Oh right, roll 20. That's a thing.
Just ping. I'll throw something up for you.
Oh wow. Yep. I'm going to... So Sarith's body is right there. I'm going to summon him right next to Sarith's body. So let's say right there.
Okay.
I am going to command him. I am going to command the Unseen Servant, supervised by me because I have to remain within 60 feet, to remove Sarith's body from the hall.
How much weight can they move?
I will backtrack. The servant can perform simple tasks that a human servant could do, such as fetching things, cleaning, mending, folding clothes, lighting fires, serving food, and pouring wine. So it would have the human's capability to pick up a limp body and move it.
Okay. All right. So where do you want...
It doesn't give a specific weight, but it seems... if...
It's fine. I'll allow it. Where do you want it to pull?
I am going... Okay. I am going to backtrack. I'm going to... Oh, fuck, the door is locked. Fuck.
I mean, you haven't tried it as far as the others have told you. It appears
down the hole, then. I'm going to have the servant toss the body down the hole.
Okay.
And once it has done so, I will command it to clean the mess left behind.
Comes over towards you where the hole is and where you and Lara are, and just woof, tosses it down the hole, and you wait a couple seconds, and then you just hear as you hear
Okay.
Sarith's body hit the
command it
cavern floor,
to
hundreds
clean
of
up
feet
the
below.
mess that was left. And once it has
You just all of
cleaned
a sudden
any
see
trace
what
of
looks like a
Sarith's-
bloody palm, just like smearing blood on the floor.
Oh, Jesus. And then once the area is clean, I will dispel it.
Okay. You just see it seems to keep smearing blood upon the old stone floor. Doesn't have cleaning supplies.
Okay.
It pulls out some
Like a
bleach, and you
rag
hear
or-
the small hiss as it like pours it on the ground, and just like all of a sudden the CSI trunk and like FBI or whatever is just like written on the side, and it starts going to fucking town. Just like, no worries, boss, I
God.
got this.
God damn it, I said mineral spirits only. You're making too much noise.
Oh, sorry.
Fuck. So it's just smearing blood.
Yeah, I mean, if you got it like a rag or something, or
Oh,
tore
yeah.
some of the stuff off of the old skeletons, it could probably do something.
Yes, I will do that then. I didn't want to go too in detail with my borderline crime here. But yes,
Bruh.
Okay.
Bruh, you're hiding a body. You better go
Yeah.
detailed.
Yeah,
you don't know shit. I ain't
That's
hiding
not a
nothing.
borderline crime. That's a full-on crime.
Yeah, so
just,
I will have the unseen servant. I will.
Wow. Okay. You know what? I just rolled stealth for the hell of it for dragging that body. That's my my fourth natural 20 of the night. So yeah, it's totally silent.
I'll
You-
take
you
it.
guys that are sleeping have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I'll allow you that one. It's also invisible, so it gets like a plus 20 anyway.
Sure,
I mean,
it's
the
it's
the
not
body
the
being dragged.
the servant. It's the body in the art
Yeah.
of dragging.
Yeah, no,
you
that's
know?
fair.
So,
That's
yeah,
fair.
it goes at your orders and goes and gets some rags off of the old bodies here, and starts kind of pooling up and soaking up the blood in these cloths as best as it can. And it's almost been about an hour before you think like, good enough. What's left probably matches the old blood stains that litter some of the floor and some of the blood from you guys as you had been attacked. And you just see these floating rags. Where do you want it to put the rags?
Rags down the hole as well.
Okay, they fall down the hole.
And once I am confident that it is masked as much as it can be,
Mm-hmm.
I will dispel the unseen servant.
Mm-hmm.
And I will go up against the wall that I was already sitting at and take out my notes and roughly scrawl the symbols. I know I can't copy them for arcane purposes, but just so he doesn't lose them, he will create rough copies of them.
Okay.
For a second, I thought you were going to say you were going to write down the details of your dirty crime.
Never leave a paper trail.
Tonight
he
I
doesn't
watched
think that deeply
Bebito
into what he does.
murder Sarith, and then I had a servant clean up the mess.
Yeah, let's keep exact documentation of the crimes I've committed so that other people can commit me later.
I don't know.
I mean, you're a wizard. You love
Yeah.
writing shit.
I do. You are not wrong. But yeah,
Nerds
I
love
will.
paperwork.
I will
Diaries
sit back
for
against the wall
days.
and I will scrawl those symbols, and I will wait out the rest of my rest there.
You son of a
Sephel
bitch.
starts writing on his blog. You guys won't believe what fucking happened today. The craziest shit. Just another day in the life of a
I
mind
just hit a dead
flayer.
body.
All right. So,
This is
well,
gonna go so well.
Oh,
I think
certainly.
Sarith had middle watch, so hours. And hours and hours go on. Sephel, roll a perception check since you're the only one that's currently awake.
Okay. Just a 10.
Okay. You think it's probably, by your count, close to what you would surmise to be morning time, or at least you have all slept long enough. And you feel like you might have heard something coming from the opposite side of the hall, but you're not entirely sure.
The opposite side of the hall. Like,
So if you're on roll 20, I should say the right-hand side.
the eastern.
This
Okay.
side.
So the eastern side.
Eastern.
Near where that smaller door is.
Mm-hmm.
He'll go to Lara and Indigo, and he will wake them up in turn. Come. It is morning. We need to keep moving.
Well, okay. I mean, a little breakfast first would be nice, but I'm sorry I keep mentioning breakfast. I get hungry when I wake up. But yeah, no, I'm ready to go. Up and at 'em.
Our group will be lighter from now on. Sarith and Bupido approached me at the end of Sarith's watch. They had spoke of unfinished business. I didn't press because I don't care, but they went another direction. They said they will catch up with us later if they can.
Oh,
That sounds ominous and frankly ungrateful, considering we saved them.
We've known each other for a matter of days. We were bound to go different directions at some point.
I mean, if you say so, I really feel like Sarith was just on the verge of opening up to me, but I guess when we meet back up, we can do it then.
Which, they went back? Is that?
No, they continued further into the fortress. The doors are still locked. There is no way back.
Well, which way should we go forward?
I heard something coming from the eastern direction. I would also like to investigate these crystals. They're still giving off some arcane readings, though they are different from before. It intrigues me.
I should tell you both, when I was unconscious down at the bottom of that hole, and she's gonna lean over the hole, just like pointing in its direction.
She's unknowingly pointing right at Sarith's dead body.
Yeah. When I was unconscious, someone spoke to me. They offered me life in return for my servitude. And I don't know who this being was, but they knew me and they knew a bit about us, and I would guess that they are connected to this structure in some way.
Oh, we should keep our eyes out, I guess. But were they threatening? Were they nice?
Not threatening, but powerful.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess nothing to it but to do it. Better get on.
Yeah, you want help with those crystals?
Yes, I would, but did this person, thing, apparition offer services or power or knowledge that you purport that they have?
They offered me power and essentially my life back. It was very close to me not surviving that fall.
So you took it to return then?
No. My patron saved me, KN. And then she's gonna look up and this like as if she's looking for the sky, but obviously it's not there. KN saved me. Make no mistake about that.
Oh man, that was badass.
For a second there, I thought you were going to do like the thump the chest twice, kiss your
Yeah, I
fingers,
thought she was
and
going
point
to
at
do
the
like
sky.
kiss the sky thing. The way she was looking, yeah.
So I'm like, to be honest, I wanted to, and then I was like, oh, God, I do
Always
that in my
follow
other
the
campaign. I gotta
instinct.
stop that shit.
She's like,
Always follow the character
my boy got me.
instinct.
My boy KN.
Thanks, KN.
Little piece of the sky.
He the OG, you got me.
Yeah. I wanted to,
Um,
but man, in Andrew's campaign, I do that shit all the
Oh my
time,
God.
and I'm like, I can't.
Sephel,
Yes, you do.
But yes,
you notice as Lara is saying all this, her new companion is like starting to like climb its way up her leg and like onto her back, and it just like poignantly is looking at you, and you see this long kind of forked tongue come out and just a little bit of blood off of its lips before it like comes up onto her shoulders, and it's just watching you.
interesting. I wiggle my tentacles in response. But Lara, if you don't mind giving me a hand looking at these crystals, you were, I believe, the first to notice their energy.
All right.
Happy to. Let's go, Ashni, and I'll walk over.
You guys
I'm just
can
gonna-
do either nature
take
or
a look.
arcana.
Ooh, Arcana, definitely.
And the others are
Arcana for
slowly
me as
starting
well.
to gather around now.
7.
Very nice.
I don't like that roll. I'm going to use my knowledge from my past life. Okay. 14?
Okay. You guys, how long do you want to investigate these crystals?
I mean, my goal is essentially I want to glean. I plan to study it for a longer period of time. My main goal right now is just seeing if it is harvestable without losing its arcane properties.
Okay. So you spend a little while doing this with some of the others' help, and you find a couple of things. One, nobody knows what this is in your group. If it has a name, they don't know it, they haven't seen it, but crystals appear everywhere in the Underdark. But this particular one, nobody knows. After kind of about an hour or so, you figure out a few things. First is that these crystals, act almost as like a conductor in a way for magical energy. So you're kind of able to focus in the red energy. You could feel conjuration magic from some of the others, but to kind of see if it's harvestable and stuff like that, you guys, have to break a couple of chunks off, and you just kind of like in holding it, and as you focus on the powers and stuff like that, you actually see different colors kind of appearing in it all, and you find that whatever kind of magic you use, as long as it is within a close proximity or in your hand, it starts to kind of hold that energy, but also can release it. The other thing you notice is that in a couple places, weirdly enough, some of these crystals look like they have been broken already. In one or two of the spikes coming out in another part of the room, you swear to God, looks like it was melted. somehow. So have you guys ever seen like hardened molten steel or iron when it just like naturally kind of cools into like a slag?
Yeah.
You see like that coming off of the top of one of the crystals, and you see where some had come to the floor, and while it still somewhat looks like that, it has taken on kind of like a new crystalline hard shape, which makes you think that for some reason, in some way, this crystal can be malleable and moved much like any other kind of metal or moldable material, and still retain its properties.
This makes sense based on when I was firing my lightning magic into it. I got zapped as a result. So that tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Yeah, that's
it
recalling
kind of
that.
clawed
That's
the
really
magic
what kind
and
of
then released it back
clicks
at
you.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Would I anywhere in that hour would an identify ritual give me any more properties than what you said, or is that all I glean from it?
That's really all you glean, because it itself doesn't hold any natural magics. It just seems to almost resonate with magics. But what kind of magic is detect magic? Is it a divination spell or anything like that?
Yes, it is divination.
Okay. Well, first off, roll me a d20.
Uh, 16.
Okay. Nothing happens, but you do see the crystal, as I'm assuming you're holding it while you're doing this detect magic, or are you just doing it nearby one?
No, I'm holding it. I think I
Okay.
have to be touching it.
You see a almost like golden-esque light kind of suffuse it for a moment as you're casting this spell, and it's almost like when you put food coloring in water, like it just kind of billows out and fills up the rest of the space. It almost looks like that going into it, and then slowly you see from a jagged broken edge that energy eventually dissipate from it as you let go of the spell.
Okay.
It's a very interesting substance. Indigo, are you...
Do we think that with time...
Okay. Go ahead, Sam.
Oh, sorry. Do we think that with time we would be able to create armor out of these crystals?
Go ahead and roll me a... Let me just check the skills here. You can either do... You can make another Arcana check, or a... This is my problem with the skills. Are you proficient with any, like, tools? Like, crafting tools?
I'm proficient with land vehicles. So no.
Wow. Fucking
Survival
amazing.
I have?
Make
You know
a
what?
tank out of this bad boy.
Let's see. Yeah, survival doesn't
Survival
really fit
could
here.
apply to it.
No,
I mean, Arcana works. I could have
it's more for like tracks, wild game, guiding your way, identifying signs and natural hazards. Let me just quickly peruse through here, you know.
You could also just attach it to an ability score and say add your proficiency or don't.
Yeah, I mean, I go ahead and just roll a straight up intelligence check for me.
Damn it, Brandon! Why did you say that?
That's
How
how
get
the vague skills work.
you
I'm
can
just messing with you.
help or ask other people to kind of ponder this issue.
That's a 2. Thank
It's
you.
2.
We'll be here all night. Yep.
You're holding on to the idea, but you yourself you're not sure how you would go about it. But you think it's very well
Any
possible
ideas
you could
from
craft
the
something with
group?
this.
Yeah.
Nope, never seen it.
I
Don't know
mean-
what it does. That's very cool.
I mean, you said over time it can be moved and like it will grow into the area that it is placed.
Not necessarily, no. You think either some kind of heat or something melted a piece of it, and that when it had quote unquote puddled, when it had hit the floor, as it, like, you would assume as it was coming back to its crystalline form, it created more of a jagged like shape versus a like
Gotcha.
soft slag, I guess is the best way to describe that.
And an armor piece is something a bit outside of my purview, but if I am correct about its properties, if you were to have a mold to fuse it around, melted a large amount of it onto that mold, and allowed it to harden again, it would, in theory, become a garment.
Contemplating that. Then can we take some of this with us? I feel like if we can get to a city, perhaps we can make use of it. But I'm also happy to leave this behind. I'm not committed.
No, I would like to take an amount of it for myself as well. So gathering a conservative quantity, as we do need to watch what we carry, wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, Sephel is definitely going to take at least 2 or 3 shards for research and application purposes.
Sure. Go ahead, and all of you that want to do this, or any of the NPCs left that you want to do this, go ahead and make strength checks for them. So, tell me if you want any of the NPCs to, I think Topsy and Turvy are the only ones you guys don't have the stats for.
Oh, yeah, another important question. Do I still have my strength drained?
Oh, yes, I meant to address that. Let me double check.
Because I'm still sitting at a -2 strength modifier.
Whack.
Nope, all of your strength has come back. You guys are back up to normal now.
Cool.
I rolled an 8, but
Jesus,
can
Sam?
Ashni... I know! I might get rid of these dice, man. It's not good. Can Ashni help in this endeavor? They've got claws.
Yeah. What's their intelligence again?
+1, 13.
Okay. Roll me an animal handling check to see if you can communicate well enough the idea that you want it to kind of break this stuff.
Motherfucker. I can't. It's a 4.
Wait.
Yeah.
What's Ashni's intelligence score?
+1.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm smarter than I am.
Is that lizard smarter than you, Indigo?
Yeah, sure is.
Oh, shit.
Shame.
So, that's a real shame. Ashni just kind of looks at you and eventually, like, climbs off down your back like a young cat does, and goes over to one of the skeletal bodies and just starts, like, gnawing on one of the bones. It's just like, no.
Hey,
That's
be
fine.
careful with that. That might be ammunition.
You watch it swallow, like, an entire femur.
Christ.
Oh, that is. I'll have to do some more sketches of that.
Two things. One, I want to get a sketch of the crystal, and also like just of the scene of like I just like imagine like Laura and Sephel just like arguing in front of this crystal, and I have them in the sketch like for scale, but also as like a nice little memory.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
also got a 15 on that strength check, so I'm gonna grab me some of that.
I
Nice.
also got a 15.
Okay. All right. Do you get any of your NPC pals to help you out?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, for
All
me,
right,
but I
cool.
will offer a crystal to Stool if he wants one. But I
I
can hold this
also
for him.
think that sketch is hysterical because I definitely believe that Indigo put us arguing, but in fact, this is the most cooperative we've been with each
Yeah.
other, like, thus
Yeah.
far. Like,
Yeah.
we're actually getting along and, like, research partners, like, looking at this thing and studying it and, like, talking about the applications. And Indigo is just like, look at those two fucking squabbling with each other.
Friends.
Fools.
Okay. Well, let me see here.
So because I
Eldith.
rolled an 8, I imagine that Laura is going to like gesture over to whoever saw Eldith.
I'm sorry,
And
who?
try to get someone to help. I know, I almost said sorry.
So Eldith comes over. She also got a 15. The others though are Stool. He's just like, I don't have hands, and doesn't do anything. And then Topsy and Turby, Indigo, roll an insight check for me.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a 9.
Okay. Oddly enough, you notice as they're like over there and they're kind of grasping onto the crystal, you think they're definitely not trying as hard as you think. Like it seems like they're very poorly acting, like they're too weak to break it. However, with Eldith, you and Sephel, you guys are able to harvest what you think is probably about 10 to 12 pounds worth of this stuff, which is, a decent amount. Probably fill up a backpack very easily.
Okay. How many chunks would you say that is? Because I want to put it into the new backpack tab in D&D Beyond.
I would say that it is about 8 pieces.
Okay. I am satisfied having 2 of those, if that is cool with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
whatever everyone else doesn't carry, Laura will carry. Just because I think I'm also carrying like. I think at one point we said that I was like.
You're
Wasn't
carrying
it?
all the food and water.
Okay, so okay,
I think you might be just straight up inventory master.
yeah.
Okay,
You
so
mean
you're,
We
you're-
did split up a couple things.
Yeah.
so you're going to take the remaining
I think you
6
have it
chunks?
unless specifically noted.
Yep. Unless someone else wants one for whatever reason, but I'll take the remaining 6.
No, all yours.
Okay.
She's holding it for a stool.
That's awesome. That's so good that someone with arms can do that. I wish I had arms. Maybe one day when I'm.
Well, you have more legs than
When
we
I
do,
grow.
so that's pretty cool.
I only have 2. Do I have more?
I have a picture you
can't
all
tell.
wrong. I'm gonna have to read you these sketches.
Oh yeah, I've only got.
I
2
can't see my
legs.
fucking legs.
You ain't got no
That's
legs,
my mistake,
Stool.
He's
All right.
got like we find out he's really more useless than we thought. He's got a bunch of like centipedes under him just carrying him across the floor.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's why it's so slow.
All right. So, you guys have gathered some crystals. You seem to be locked in whatever the fuck this place is. Bupido and Sarith have left. And, yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Will you be leaving us as well, Eldith, topsy-turvy?
Topsy and Turvy, you guys actually, all you make insight checks while Eldith is just like, no, I don't imagine I'll be taken off anytime soon. You guys are trying to get topside, and that's where I'm trying to get to as well. Because I don't know how to navigate my ways out of here. Alright, one of those insight
Say
checks.
16 on my insight check.
16, okay.
Indigo has
18.
a 19.
18, nice. 19.
Ooh,
Dang.
where'd it else
Okay.
go?
You guys notice that both of the twins are definitely lying to you when they're like, no, we're not. We're not going anywhere. We're not going to leave you guys. The Indigo, you definitely
Just go.
notice
No
that
one is holding you here.
no, no, we're here with you guys. You know, we owe you after getting us out.
Well, you can stay with us as long as you'd like, obviously, but if you're not going to pull your weight in combat and in survival scenarios, then, well, and she'll just point back the way we came.
Indigo just looked at a stool. Man, this is getting heavy.
Yeah, no, this is intense. Lara looks like she'd boot him in the butt and just like send me on my way. Hey, and
Send me on my way.
Hey, we get 8 seconds.
that was it. That was
God
it.
damn it.
I'm not saying anymore. And
No,
Topsy and
Yep.
Turvy,
cut the shit.
Topsy's just like we can't even go back if we wanted to. So we're here. We'll pull our weight.
Great.
We've lingered here enough. Lara heard noises from the north, and I have heard similar from the east. We should pick a direction and go.
East.
Okay,
East. Going east. All right. Move your goddamn pawns.
Lara's the de facto leader, so
Alright, we'll go east where the scary noise was. Sounds great. Cool.
I'm the brains, and she punches us in the direction of maybe victory. Who knows?
Something.
Or we all die beyond the door.
Go
I
on,
can't help it now, she's
Sam.
standing behind me.
Yeah.
Lara, you want to open that door?
Lara,
Yeah,
aren't you coming with us?
Oh, shit.
We've
Sorry.
gathered the crystals we can. It is time to go.
I was even looking at Roll20.
Wow.
These visual jokes are purely for us.
Mhm.
Yeah. Who's opening up the door?
Lara,
Who's-
she walks up to the door and immediately pushes it.
Okay, yeah, it swings open, and you see a hall filled with more skeletal bodies and more of these crystals. Along a wall here, you see a smaller set of double doors that appear to be ajar. And go ahead and make me a perception check.
12.
You hear what sounds like shuffling coming from beyond that door.
Everyone, stay grouped up. We need to be quiet. There's something beyond those doors, and she'll point in that direction. We'll move slowly and quietly, but we don't know what that is. And unless someone stops her, she's gonna just head on over.
Okay, if you're trying to move in quietly, go ahead and make
Indi-
a
Indigo will
check.
kind of draw a dagger and follow.
Make them.
Okay.
All right.
Stealth checks.
Yep.
Vicky. 12 for Sephel.
Okay. Shit.
I don't want to say.
Choose different dice, Sam.
I paid a lot of money for these.
I will send you another set. We can get through this together, but they're hurting you, and you deserve better.
This toxic relationship. Just invested so much. I got a nat 1. But I have a +2.
Jesus.
Hey, Sam, if it makes you feel better, I rolled a nat 1 and a +2 as well.
Oh, yeah.
How am I the stealthiest out of all of us?
So, Indigo, you go to stack up across the far wall, and you actually, like, trip over a bone and, like, slam into the wall, and just, like, all your gear bounces off of it. Laura, you get distracted, and you look over, and you fall backwards, and you actually land on your Bahir, in which it goes and creates a lot of noise, while everybody else just freezes and looks at you both with wide eyes, like, what the fuck? And
shit, I said be quiet!
she yells out. Now you definitely hear from the other room a small voice yell out, "Help!" What do you guys do?
I look at Laura, and I look down the hallway. And then Indigo's gonna start moving that way.
Laura will hesitate briefly and then follow.
Okay. You guys hear it coming from beyond this door.
Interesting.
I'm gonna thaumaturgy and just try to open that. So like if it's unlocked, it'll just like bust on open.
Okay. You thaumaturge and break open or like burst open this door, and you immediately are greeted with the sight of a few shambling corpses. They turn towards you. Roll for initiative.
Oh my.
So, first up in the order, Sephel, what do you want to do?
Oh dear. Okay. I'm strategically, I'm at the very back of everybody. I'm going to step around. Oh, hold on. Next to the reskinned Bahir. I'm sorry, I forget the name. Is that a pillar? Is this a pillar right in the space above it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is the size of the creature if I wanted to like walk through its space?
The Bahir, it's
Yes.
small, so you could get through there.
Okay, so I'm going to walk up and cross over between the pillar and Lara. So I am kind of in the line of sight, kind of looking past Indigo's shoulder through the door. What do I have line of sight on anything?
You have line of sight on this creature here. That's about 20 feet away from you, and you can make out this one that's about 25 feet away from you. And your dark vision is like 60 feet, ain't it?
Yes, I believe so. Actually,
Okay.
Yeah, depending on how far we're taking this whole thing, I'm pretty sure I have 120 feet, but 60 feet would give me more than enough anyway.
Okay. So you can see all the way into this room, and it appears to be some kind of library. You can see that there's a couple of these figures. You see that there's some kind of skeleton marching towards, and a very small, tiny, winged-like creature flying up against a bookcase.
Okay.
And that's as far as your vision allows you to see with the obstacles in the way.
Okay.
So,
these two creatures at the forefront. Is there any sort of check I can do to discern what they are, or are they just your regular run-of-the-mill zombie?
Roll me a religion check.
Okay. Religion. Wow. Well, the die decided to fail me, so that's a natural 1 for an 8.
Yeah. You don't know. Your memories are not coming to you. You have no idea what these creatures are, but they are nasty looking. To give you a little bit more of a descriptor, they have these, this like kind of grayish skin tone. You see that they have these larger kind of fangs, and while they have chunks and bits of their body missing, they kind of walk with this like hunched demeanor. And they seem to have a little bit more intelligence than you think.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Regardless, that doesn't change what I'm going to do. I'm going to break out something from my new arsenal. I'm going to point over Indigo's shoulder and release a beam of fiery energy that, as it breaks the doorway, splits into 3 different beams. And I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at these 2 fanged creatures. Oh my.
Well, fine.
I forget that virtual tabletop is on. No matter. I rolled a natural 18 for a 25 to hit. For the first ray. I'm gonna roll my own dice. Thank you very much, D&D Beyond. Scorching Ray, 2d6 per... Where's my other die? Oh, alright.
Come prepared! Let's go!
I have them. I'm looking for particular ones. 7 points of fire damage on the first ray, and that's going to be at this one closest to the doorway. I'm on the measure tool. So, this one right here.
Yep, I gotcha.
Okay, the second ray, a natural 16 for a 23.
That is a hit. God damn, I forget you have a 20 intelligence already.
Hell yeah, I do. I have a very particular set of skills. And that is 9 points of fire damage on that beam.
Oof.
Let's see, Mr. Third Ray. Natural 14 for a 21.
Okay, which one are you hitting with that third ray?
Still the top, the one closest to the door if he is still standing.
He is, yep.
Okay. Then
But
that
that
third ray
is
is going to hit
definitely
him
a
as
hit.
well. Okay.
Yeah.
Not great. 4 points of fire damage on that one.
Okay, it is still up, and now that you've launched these 3 fiery beams out that collide with these figures, you just hear as they turn towards you, and just and you start to hear more of that noise, and you can start to hear like approaching footsteps. All right, is that your turn?
Footsteps?
Yes, that is indeed my turn.
All right. Well, next up is Turvy. So Turvy here is gonna like look at the sister, kind of quivers for a moment. Let's see if he can work up the courage here. Oh, he does. You see this like resolve come over Turvy, this quiet figure that you really haven't talked too much. It seems his sister does most of it, and he just goes, takes a deep breath, grits his teeth, and he just runs into the room, and he comes up on this first creature, and he's gonna try and punch it. Natural 3 on the first one, misses. You see the creature just dodge out of the way. Natural 1. Okay, so Turvy goes in there, swings wildly, trying to clock into this creature, and misses horribly, and he's just, looking a little bit shaken now. Okay.
Man, we should really give him like a
Going that
knife
way, I
or
thought that was-
something. I'll get around to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, had we not given Turvy any
Nope.
weapons yet?
No,
Oh,
Topsy
boy.
and Turvy are barefisted.
Okay.
All right. It is Eldith's turn.
Okay. Eldith, I know, has a short sword now that she picked up off of
Mhm.
one of the corpses in the main chamber. So she is... The door is getting very crowded.
Yes, it's going to be a squeeze to get in there. That's going to cost 10 feet of movement to go through the door.
Okay, so I'm going to draw the path out now and tell me how you best want me to do this. I'm going to go up, sort of up and to the right, so I'm next to
Mhm.
Indigo, back down, kind
Yeah.
of like stepping in front of him, and then cross up,
Yep.
but I don't want to be right in the line
So-
of the doorway. So,
Uh-huh.
I'm already at 15 movement, so
So,
she's gonna
Are you
lose
trying to
some.
get here, or are you trying to get here?
No, I'm trying to get
there.
up in the second location between the two of them, not leaving their range so I won't incur an
Okay.
attack, but I don't want to be in the way of the door.
You will get there, but that will cost 5, 15, 20, 25 feet of movement to get to that point.
Okay, that is fine. Just make sure that she has standard 30 feet. So since I still do not have
Okay.
control over her,
Nice for a dwarf.
I will need you to move there.
Okay, so she steps up around Indigo, cuts in through, like squeezes past Turvy in the door, steps in, and as she goes to step upwards, she doesn't realize it, but there's another one of these
Oh,
creatures that
fuck
reaches out
off.
to swing at her as she ducks in
Uh-oh.
through.
Okay.
Booyah!
Okay. All right, buddy.
Okay.
Hide
let's
between your
see
screen of
here.
lies.
With I will. Okay. It reaches out with a claw and goes to attack her. That is a 14 to hit.
That does beat the AC.
Okay. She takes 6 points. Oh, wait, hang on. 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Just checking her proficiencies. Now, yeah, with the scouts, they don't have like any saving throw proficiencies, so I think it's just the standard modifier. Constitution, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20 for a 21.
Okay. She is alright, but she feels like something slightly passed through her wound as she got raked there.
I hate it.
Okay.
So
Well, she's still got an action.
yep, so now that she is up there, she is going to try to quickly dispatch of the one that Sephel fired his Scorching Ray at, hoping that Sephel did enough damage to be able to fell it quickly. So she's going to make her multi-attack with her short sword. First attack.
Yep.
Definitely not. That's an 8 total. Second.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Oh, Jesus. Her second attack is a 12.
That hits exactly.
Oh, shit. Okay. Not good rolls for poor Eldith. Okay. Almost max damage, though.
Oh, well, Eldith's gonna die.
7 points of piercing damage.
Okay. It is still standing. She stabs into this creature right in the gut, and it just kind of looks up. Its mouth slathering blood dripping from it. This long, gross, forked tongue flicking out at her as she does so. at her.
Oh, that's cute.
Hmm.
That's real cute.
All right.
Is anybody keeping track of how much damage this thing has taken already?
No, but it's one of those high numbers.
Yeah, it's more than I like is the correct answer.
Wow, you little metagamers. I had no idea. Well, I guess I'll tell you this, guys, it's the monster's turn. And as Eldith pulls the short sword back, she sees that there's two more of these
Fuck's
creatures,
sake.
one up above and one starting to peek out from this bookcase. And in fact, the two closest to her are going to attack her. First, we're going to start off here with this one. It is going to slash out with a claw. That is a 12 to hit.
Okay, so hold on.
It's a story.
No, no, this was a thing that happened last time because the scout, which is the the sheet I have for Eldith, has an armor class of 13, but that is assuming leather armor, which I know she doesn't have.
Yeah.
So it just defaults to 10 plus her dexterity, which is a 2. So if that is the case, 12 is exactly her AC.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Okay.
All right, she is going to take. She's going to take 9 points of damage, and I need you to make me another Constitution saving throw.
Well, okay, so answer me this. Do unconscious creatures get to make con saves?
No, she falls to the ground prone. So, Eldith, after getting raked across the face by this creature, falls unconscious to the ground. However, this one beside
She had
her
exactly 9 hit points.
is going to now try to bite her unconscious form as it's going to try and eat her flesh.
Oh, this doesn't bode well.
No, so this is
we
at
should leave.
advantage because she's prone. Yeah,
Time to go.
that's a hit. It's not a critical. She takes 6 points of damage, so
hit.
go ahead and mark a...
I think a hit on an unconscious
It's an auto
creature.
crit.
Is an auto
Is-
crit and 2 death
is an auto
saves.
crit.
Oh, great. So 2
saves.
death saves off for poor old Eldith, who you fucking sacrificed.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and
Does
now
anyone
this
remember
one's
her
going to come
husband's or
up.
son's name? Because I don't.
Nope.
You awful people. This
Don't remember where she was from. Sephel hasn't really had many conversations with her. Pretty sure she hates him anyway.
Well, here...
So
Is-
sorry. It was 12 points
Where-
of damage as an auto crit.
Let me ask a quick question.
Yeah,
Where are we at in the turn order? What number?
we're at number 4.
Well, I never had a turn.
Yeah, because we haven't gotten to you
Oh, I
yet.
thought you meant we were at 4. Never mind. Go ahead.
No.
No, we're still in the
Damn,
first
everybody
round.
rolled
Yeah,
better than me.
still
I
in the
thought I
first
rolled
first
so
round.
well.
There's a lot of you. Yeah, they rolled really well.
Ugh, lucky bitches.
Okay.
So I thought you had said 12 before we said auto crit, so that's why I'm afraid.
No, that was
Okay.
that was counting it as a crit.
Okay.
That makes
yeah.
sense.
Okay.
However, this ghoul, which that's what it is, runs up and is also going to bite her. So auto crit, and Eldith
Ugh.
dies.
Oof.
You see this creature run up on all fours, rip back her head, and go for her throat, and you just see her neck disappear underneath the maw of this creature, and you hear the squelching of blood. No screams, just the sickening sound of flesh.
Do we know if we gave her anything valuable?
No, you didn't.
Not even a weapon.
Anyways,
I just wanted to check.
yeah, go in there, get that short sword.
No, I'm not fucking going in there right now. Are you dumb?
Next up is this one, who's gonna move in on Turvy.
Oh no, my sweet boy.
Yep, your sweet baby boy's gonna die. Natural 16. That's a friggin' hit.
Fuck.
Oh, that is 8 points of damage to him.
We're about to be with no NPCs. This is gonna be terrible.
He needs to make a Constitution saving throw as he gets raked with his claw. Oh, and he fails. You see Indigo, Lara, and Sephel through the door. You see this creature, this ghoul, run up on Topsy, rake him across his chest, and you just see him lock up and then fall prone to the ground as he becomes paralyzed. Okay.
It's not
Next one, this ghoul from to the north is going to run down and attack the prone form of him, of that poor old Topsy. And yeah, that's a definite hit. It's another 6 points of damage. And that is it for the ghoul turn. All right, Lara, you are up.
Is our boy Topsy still pulling breath? He's still.
Me, Turvy.
It's very, very hard to tell in his paralyzed state.
Shit.
Yeah,
and
got
the entire
real
reason
fast.
that we're here is because there's something in there that needs help. We heard cries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think, I guess Eldith could see them, but they can't.
I think I did too when I first looked in the door.
You did.
Yeah, he only said like fairy-looking creature. So
I think our best bet here is to look for a different entrance into this room. And then Lara's going to sprint forward. Can I reach through the door and grab Turvy's body?
Yeah, you can do that.
I would like to pull them out of the room.
Okay. Go ahead. You can. I'm pretty sure you can just grab, right? You don't need to do a special move for that. He's
the only situation would be if he was trying to resist, and I don't think he can if he's paralyzed.
No. So yeah, you have a hold of him.
All right, then I will use my action movement to. So I've moved 10 feet. I just want to pull them back out of the room. Just like as far as I can.
You want to move? Okay. Sure. I'm gonna say that one of these creatures though is gonna get an attack of opportunity on them. Yep, that's another hit on Turvy as you're dragging away his body. Ooh, yikes. That's another 8 points of damage.
Damn.
Surprisingly, though, as you are pulling him away, you feel like Turvy is surprisingly still somewhat healthy.
Okay, can I actually swap so that I'm in front of them? So I'm here and there by their sister? Okay. And then I will bonus action do nothing, just kidding.
Okay, bonus action do nothing. It's a classic move. Classic move. All right, well, now it is Topsy who is now just losing her mind as you pull her brother over, and she is just in sheer panic, like clutching onto Turvy. She's like, please wake up, why aren't you moving? And she does nothing other than try to get her brother moving again. All right, Indigo, you are up, my friend.
All right, hey, Topsy, I can totally fix him. There's just, I'm just gonna make sure that doesn't happen again. So if everyone could just move away from the door. And I'm gonna step back in front of Sephel here. I think I'll take an attack of opportunity in the doing.
It can't reach around the door, so you're okay.
Perfect.
and I'm gonna bow my head in respect to Eldith, but she'll protect us one last time, as I am going to center a spike growth spell on her fallen body here.
Ooh,
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. How much of an area does that cover?
So it's a 20 foot sphere or circle.
Okay.
So I wanted to encompass, I guess, this whole area, or actually even in front of that ghoul there. So it gets this whole area, including like the door itself, is covered in the spike growth, which it hurts very much to walk through.
I'd have to check.
It's, it is a 20-foot radius.
Oh shit!
It's, yeah,
Damn.
it's some big. This is my big boy spell.
It is his big boy spell. Yeah, so these tendrils erupt out of Eldith's body and start skittering all the way across the floor. Do they need to make any saves or take any damage right away from that?
Let me see. It becomes difficult terrain, and when a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. So not yet, only on the move.
Nice.
So, unfortunately, that will also affect myself, Laura, and Blessed Stool. But
Blessed Stool.
God, what a shame.
2d4. It could kill him if he tried to leave.
oh my god, someone pick my sweet boy up so he doesn't have to walk.
All right, so
Never.
The funniest part of that no one can appreciate is that Andrew just looked at his character sheet before panicking.
yeah.
Dear
Well, I
God.
get to see their health bars.
He doesn't
all
have
on
very many
here,
hit
and I'm
points.
just like, yeah, that poor stool has 7 hit points.
Okay, I feel like, and this can happen off air, but I feel like we need to start a bet pool for how long Stool's gonna last.
Level 20, baby. Stool's going all
40
the way.
minutes. He'll be dead by the end of this game.
40 minutes.
Yeah, depending on how long the combat lasts, I guess.
Well, let's keep it rolling then. Our fairy friend is going to fly forward. She's going to do something in there. Yep. And she, you can see them fly forward and start like taking this tiny, shiny thing that you can just kind of make out, and it seems to be like stabbing into the skull of this skeleton. All right. Next up is said skeleton, who is going to try and swing at her. No. That is a big old miss. Jeez, I'm crow. I can't hit myself.
Jeez.
All right, Stool. Stool, it's your turn. This true hero. You will survive.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm just gonna rip off the band-aid. I'm gonna do it now. And also, since it is difficult terrain, it'll take his entire movement to move 1 square to the south, which is what he will do.
Okay.
And I will roll the damage. Twirl favors Stool greatly. That's just but 2 points of damage for our best character.
Wow.
Okay. It's alright, guys. I know everyone was
lucky
pretty
day.
nervous there, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I think you meant to say
I'm
excited.
disappointed now.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, it's kind of a bummer.
All right.
Also,
we are back at the top
what
of the
an
order.
optimistic way to phrase that you roll like garbage.
Yes. Also, will he move Stool down? Otherwise, I will forget.
Sorry. Yes.
Thank
There we
you.
go. All right. Stool takes a step to the south, taking a little bit of damage. Ugh, ouch.
Sorry.
All right, Sephel, you are up.
Okay. Well, now that Indigo has lined him up, so to speak, I'm going to reach into the powers of the universe, and I am going to also use that area, though not as big. I will start from Eldith and in a 10-foot radius sphere, so I will actually be able to hit every creature in that room minus the fairy. I am going to cast Magnify Gravity at first level.
Okay. Tell me
So,
what it does.
Each creature... so the gravity in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point you can see within range increases. Each creature in the sphere on the turn when you cast the spell has to make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, they take X amount of force damage, and its speed is halved until the end of its next turn.
All right.
If it succeeds the save, it takes half damage and suffers no reduction.
Okay. This one got a natural 16, and you said it was a Constitution saving throw?
Yes, and that beats it.
Okay, so top. The one to the furthest north is fine. This one rolled a 15.
That is exactly the DC.
Okay. This one got a 12. This one got a
so that's a fail.
7. So let me go ahead and mark that.
Okay.
I'm just going to put this symbol on. I think I want this symbol on. Okay. Last couple of creatures here. The last ghoul got a 9. And the skeleton got
That's a fail.
13. Okay.
Also a fail. So I actually rolled really well on my damage.
Of course you did.
So anyone who failed takes 14 points of force damage, and their speed is halved until the end of their next turn.
All right.
Anybody that succeeded still takes 7 points of damage, but is not slowed down.
Okay. Give me a moment to go through all these friggin' numbers, you guys with your AoE spells. Oh, I just totally forgot. Make me a D20 roll.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Andrew, go ahead and make me one as well.
Roger, roger.
Ooh. So does the...
Just tell me
Do
the
you need
number.
to know the School of Magic?
Nope, just tell me the
Okay.
number.
7.
You're fine. Andrew?
17.
Okay.
You're fine. Okay. Now that that's been resolved. All right. Going through. All right. So you cast this spell, and 3, the skeletons and the 2 ghouls that were kind of to the closest to the fairy and over the body of Eldith eating her, they all die, crushed under this gravity. All right, nice job there, Brendan.
Damn. Thank you.
All right.
And as the lame wizard that I am, that is my entire turn.
Yeah, if you could do more, I'd be a little upset because you just took out half of my people. All right.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Next is Turvy. Let me just see if they can make another check here. Oh, yep. Okay, so they can make another con save here. That's a natural 1. They are still paralyzed. Okay. Oh, Eldith? No turn for you. You're dead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and close out that
Yep.
character sheet real
Go
quick.
ahead and just close that out for me, why don't you?
Yep. It's just gonna disappear.
Yeah.
Might as well delete it from the handouts as well.
Mhm. All right, next up are the ghouls, the remaining ones. Great. Okay. Well, this one here is actually going to try and charge out of the room at Indigo. So it's going to move 5, 10, so roll 4d4.
Oh, yeah. Alright, now we're talking. So that's 6. And then there is... Ooh, that's 13 points of piercing.
Oh, jeez. So it starts running, and you just see the vines, like, ripping through its body, and it actually dies and collapses at your feet. This one here is actually going to try and make a go for the fairy, so it's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20 feet, so that's 8d4?
Oh, yeah. That's 3, 6, 13, and 16 points of piercing.
Okay. It's still up.
Would it even have 20 feet of movement? Isn't it difficult terrain as well?
Difficult terrain and its gravity.
Yeah, but if that one succeeded
did
the save,
succeed.
its speed wouldn't be affected by the gravity spell.
Okay, so it can get
So
to...
it would be halved by the spike growth.
All right, so it gets there. Still can't quite reach her.
It'll
This
only
one to the
13 points of
north.
damage then.
Okay, yeah, it's still good. This one around the corner of the door is going to move 5, 10, and is going to try and get you, Indigo. Go ahead and roll that damage.
That is 6, and ooh, that is 6. That is 12 points of piercing.
Whew. Okay. Well, it's still alive, so it's going to swing at you with its claw.
Oh, man.
Natural 15 for a 19 to hit.
Yeah, it's a hit.
You are going to take 9 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Natural 20. Plus 1. 21.
All right, you are fine. You feel this kind of odd sensation start to pulse at your wound, but you manage to shrug it off. Ah, right. I thought this fight was going to be more in my favor, but it's not. Laura, you're up.
Hey, you killed
Yeah,
somebody
also-
today. That's something to
On
be
the bright
proud
side
of.
for you, Will, that's a 4 on my concentration check, so there is no more spike growth.
Yes! Mm. So good.
So hey, you can move around anywhere you want now.
If I survive. Hit me up, Sam. What you gonna do?
Yeah, I would like to action Booming Blade and attack the ugly boy in front of Indigo. I almost said Diego.
Diego?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 15 to hit.
15, yeah, that's a hit. Christ on a cracker.
Sorry.
Just what do you got, like 60 D8 over there?
No, I'm trying to remember. I'm using the Great Club, so it is only a 1d4 plus 3. But that is 4 plus 3 is 7 bludgeoning plus 2 thunder. So 9
describe your kill.
Yeah, this is imagine that this shambling corpse comes over, attacks Indigo, and then Lara just bonk right on the head with her great club, and the thunder like explodes his skull when it collides.
Brains, blood, viscera everywhere, just covering Indigo's face in skin, and yeah, if there wasn't some gray skin, you probably
disgusting.
wouldn't notice too much of a difference.
Yeah. The thunder looks cool, but it does create quite a mess. I'm really sorry, Indigo. And I like wipe some off of his forehead.
It's fine. Clean up later.
Thunder.
And that's it.
All right. Well, anything else you want to do with your turn, Lara?
No, I'm gonna stay where
You
I'm at.
Tomb Raider.
Staying.
All right. Well, in this case, it is Topsy's turn, who is not leaving her brother's side. So moving on ahead to Indigo.
All right. I see the one last ghoulie boy in there, and wanting to kind of finish things up. I am gonna say a little prayer and just point 2 fingers and cast Guiding Bolt at first level at our ghoulie boy
Okay,
friends.
roll a d20 while I'm doing this deck save.
All right. Oh, it's that's a to hit.
No, I know. This is for you casting a spell, right?
Oh yeah. No, I'm saying the it's not a dex save for the ghoul.
Oh, sorry.
But it is a 6 on that roll for me.
Okay,
and
you're
then-
fine.
And then a 19 on the guiding bolt strike.
Whew, yeah. Don't. You said guiding bolt? Yeah, don't bother rolling damage. It's dead. It's so dead. The undead is dead. Leave it be. Leave it lie. All right.
Kick it in the dick while it's down.
Kick it at the proverbial dick. Do it.
I don't know if it has one of those.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, you guys have made it through, and as the as they would say, dust settles, this winged friend flies forward over the body of Eldith, and then looks out to all of you and says, "Thank you. I didn't know there was truly anybody else here. How did you get in?"
We used the front door. It opened for us and then it closed, but that's how we got here.
You came through the front. Is it still... Wait, you said it closed?
Oh.
Have you tried opening it?
No.
Oh, please, there has to be a way out of here. I've been trapped here for so long.
How long have you been here?
Something like 200 years.
Hey everybody, this is Sam Conklin. I voice Lara in the Madness Table. We are so delighted to have you here. Thank you so much for listening to our dinky little podcast. We pour our hearts into this, so to have you here is just, it's the world. If you haven't already, we have a Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at The Madness Table. You can also shoot us an email at themadnesstable@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you, love to hear how you're enjoying the show, any questions you have for the characters. We might even shout you out in some future post show notes. So please do so. If you're loving the podcast, we would just adore you if you shared it with a friend. And that's it. So we'll see you in 2 weeks for our next episode when...